The Bible isn't just a collection of ancient books. It is one single, unified story. A story that explains where the world came from, why it is broken, and how it was meant to be restored. From the opening words of Genesis to the final vision of Revelation, the Bible tells one connected narrative, a story of creation, loss, promise, and redemption. It begins with a perfect world, follows humanity's tragic fall, and unfolds into the greatest rescue mission ever told. This is not a collection of disconnected stories. This is one epic story with a beginning, a conflict, and a climax. It's a story that starts not with a bang, but in darkness and silence. Then a voice speaks light into existence, separates the water from the sky, and sculpts a world teeming with life. In this perfect beginning, God creates humanity in His own image, designed to live in perfect harmony with Him, each other, and the world around them. Their job? To act as His representatives and care for the earth as its faithful stewards. But this perfect world isn't the one we know today, is it? The story takes a tragic turn with a single choice, a choice to doubt God's goodness and to define good and evil on their own terms. In an instant, that choice shatters the harmony. It introduces conflict, blame, and for the very first time, death. Humanity is exiled from the garden, and their relationship with their Creator is broken. This is the central problem that sets the stage for the rest of the story. A fracture now runs through all of creation, and the world is in desperate need of rescue. But God immediately sets a rescue plan in motion. He makes a promise. One day, a descendant of the woman would come to crush the source of evil and undo the damage that had been done. The rest of the Old Testament is the story of this promise slowly unfolding. God chooses a man named Abraham and makes a promise to him, vowing to build his family into a great nation that would bring blessing to the entire world. This family grows into the nation of Israel. We watch as they're enslaved in Egypt, only to be dramatically rescued by God through a leader named Moses. At the foot of Mount Sinai, God gives the Israelite the law, a guide for how to live as His people. It revealed His holy character, but it also held up a mirror, showing them how impossible it was for them to be perfect. The story continues through a cycle of judges, kings, and prophets. We see incredible moments of glory under King David and wisdom under King Solomon. But that old pattern of rebellion just keeps repeating. The kingdom splits, and the people are eventually sent into exile, a painful reminder of that first exile from the garden. And yet, even in their darkest hour, prophets spoke of hope, a coming king, a new covenant, and a promised Messiah who would finally solve the problem of humanity's brokenness. Then, after centuries of waiting, the hero of our story arrives. Just as the ancient prophecies foretold, Jesus is born in a humble town. His arrival is the climax of the entire narrative. He is the offspring that was promised back in the garden, the descendant of Abraham who will bless all nations, and the long-awaited king from the line of David. Jesus announces that God's kingdom is here. He teaches about a radical kind of love, performs miracles that give us a peek into what a restored creation looks like, and he challenges the corrupt systems of his day. Most importantly, he presents himself as the way back to God. He is the answer to the problem of the fall. He lived the perfect life no one else could, and then willingly took the full consequence of humanity's rebellion on himself through his death on a cross. But his death isn't the end. 3 days later, Jesus rises from the grave, defeating death itself. His resurrection is the ultimate victory, the proof that the rescue mission was a success. He offers a new kind of life, a fresh start to anyone who trusts in him. His followers, filled with his own Spirit, become the beginning of a new humanity, the Church. They're given a new mission to share this good news and announce that the way back to God has been opened for everyone. The story of the Bible ends where it began, with God living with humanity in a renewed and restored creation. It's a vision of a world with no more death, sorrow, or pain. A world where the harmony of the garden is finally restored forever. The entire Bible tells this one unified story of creation, fall, redemption, and restoration. In the coming videos, we'll explore each part of this story in depth. From creation to the flood, to Abraham, Israel, and the life of Jesus. Thank you for watching.